Hello everyone, I am SDS Sir, Faculty of English at Resonance, and today we will take up a topic of grammar. And to start with, we will take up tenses. Now friends, what is tenses? What do you mean by the term tense? बच्चे बोलते हैं काल. The definition of tense is a form of a verb which shows the time of action and or the state of an action. For example, Jaipur is the capital of Rajasthan. This exists. This is known as the state of action. It's not that कि क्या action हो रही है, that is only tense. The state of action is also termed as tense. Sun sets in the west and it's very hot in summer. So these are the examples of tense showing the time of action or the state of action. Now as you all know, there are 5 forms of verbs, not 3. Students, there are 5 forms of verb. The first form, second form, third form, then the S or ES form, and then the fifth form we can take it as the ING form of the verb. So there are 5 forms of the verb and a glimpse of few verbs: write, wrote, written, writes and writing, and so on. So there are no shortcuts, there are no tricks to learn tenses के verbs, but forms of the verbs, but you have to memorize them. There are no shortcuts because you just see do, did, done, speak, spoke, spoken. यहाँ पे play, played, played. Here the things are same. Tell, told, told. Here form verbs V2 and V3 are same. Whereas if you go for eat, the second form is ate and the third form is eaten. So the things keep on changing and you'll have to learn all these things. Now let's very quickly go to the tenses. There are 12 tenses in all: past simple, past continuous, past perfect continuous. Similarly, present simple or present indefinite, present continuous, present perfect and present perfect continuous. And finally, future के also the same 4 tenses: future simple or future indefinite, any terminology you can use, future continuous, future perfect and the future perfect continuous tense. So these are the 12 tenses in all. I just taken the form of a verb go, and this is the way the forms are written. In present tense, it is the first form plus the S or ES form of the verb, that is he goes to school. My friends go to school, but my friends go to school and so on. Similarly, continuous mein it will the helping verb as is, am, are, plus it will always take the ing form. In present perfect, the helping verb are has or have and it will always take the third form of the verb. And finally, the present perfect continuous tense will have has, have plus been plus the ing form of the verb. So all the continuous tenses and the perfect continuous tenses will always take the ing form of the verb, and the perfect tenses always will take the third form of the verb. इस चीज को हमको ध्यान रखना है. And in continuous, as I told you, it will always take the ing form of the verb. So this is a chart showing the verb go with all the tenses which are there. Very quickly, we'll move on to the individual tense. Present indefinite or present simple tense. The syntax or the rule is it is subject plus the first form plus the S or ES form of the verb. And this tense is used to express the habitual actions. He drinks tea he drinks tea every morning. I get up every day at 6 o'clock. You also should develop the habit of waking up early. Now, many times the confusion arises regarding the S or ES form of the verb. So just remember one thing: if the subject is singular, yes, if the subject is singular, there will be S or ES accordingly in the particular verb. For example, my friend, it will be goes. It is singular, so S or ES will be reflected. And If we say my friends, as soon as the subject becomes plural, S or ES is there in the subject, then there will be no S or ES over here. So, just remember one thing, if the verb, if the subject is singular, S or ES will be in the verb. Subject singular, S or ES. Subject singular, S or ES. So, this is the way you have to remember. And this S or ES एक ही बार आएगा, whether it will be in the subject or it will be in the verb. Over here S or ES goes over here in friends, so it will not be over here. This is the confusion, this is the place where students make mistakes और अब अगली बार से मत कर. Moving ahead, present indefinite tense is also used to express the universal truth. The earth moves around the sun. Some more usages to express the future event. So, even if we want to express the future event which has been pre-scheduled or the timetable is scheduled, then we can use present indefinite tense. The class starts at 10 o'clock. The schedule of the train, the Rajdhani Express departs at 9 p.m. from Kota. रोज डिपार्ट करती है. So, we can use present indefinite or present simple tense to show the action which will be taking place in the future. And this tense is also used to show the situations that exist now and will go on indefinitely. The teachers teach the students. हमेशा ही पहले से भी पढ़ाते थे, अभी भी पढ़ा रहे हैं और बाद में भी पढ़ाते रहेंगे. So, these are the uses of present indefinite tense. Moving on quickly with the present continuous tense, the easier one. The syntax for this is subject plus is MR. Is MR will go as per the subject. I takes M, singulars take is, and the plurals take are, plus the ing form of the verb. This is used to show the action that is happening now at the time of speaking. For example, we are learning grammar now. अभी हम क्या कर रहे हैं? अभी हम grammar पढ़ रहे हैं इस समय. This is the way it is used. It is also used for an action that has already been arranged to take place in future. For example, I am leaving for Mumbai next Monday. मैं अगले मंडे को मुंबई के लिए निकल रहा हूँ. It is being pre-decided, pre-scheduled, and we can use it for actions that will be taking place in the future, but if it is pre-decided. Keep a check on this important thing. There are some verbs which cannot be used in the ing form as a verb. For example, the verbs of emotion: want, wish, desire, feel, like, love, hate, hope, and so on. I am wanting this is incorrect. I want this. I wish to become a doctor. Not I am wishing to become a doctor is incorrect. Similarly, there are some verbs of thinking, that is think, suppose, believe, agree, forget, know, etc. I think you all will succeed in your life. We don't say that I am thinking you will succeed. It means अभी मैं सोच रहा हूँ इस समय, लेकिन आगे मेरे को लगता है शायद नहीं होगा. So, these verbs of thinking are never used in the ing form. And finally, the verbs of perception: see, hear, smell, notice, recognize, and so on. So, there are list of verbs. Understand. ये सब चीज I understand what my students tell me. It's incorrect to say I am understanding what my students tell me. That's an incorrect usage. For example, I am thinking you are wrong. This is incorrect. The correct statement is I think you are wrong. And finally, she seeming said is incorrect usage. इसका correct usage क्या होगा दोस्तों? She seems said. And why seems? She is singular, so there will be s or es along with the verb. So, this is something about present continuous tense. Moving quickly to present perfect tense, and the syntax for this is subject plus has plus the third form of the verb, and has will depend as per the subject. So, if the subject is singular, it will be has. If the subject is plural, it will have the verb have, the helping verb have. It is used to indicate the completed activities in the immediate past with the word just. अभी अभी ये हो चुका है. हम present simple tense के rules कर चुके हैं. I have finished the rules of present simple tense. This is how present perfect tense is used. She has just finished her homework. और he has just gone out, वो अभी अभी बाहर जा चुका है. This is also used to express the past action whose time is not specified and not definite. ये चीज हमको ध्यान रखना है. Mr. Shah has been to the UK. कब गए थे? It's unknown. So he has been to the UK. Have you watched Kashmir Files? A movie must watching. Yes. Have you watched Kashmir Files? इस तरह से इस टेंस को यूज करते हैं. It is also used to denote the effect of the finished action which is still prevailing. We have finished our homework. हम अपना homework कर चुके हैं. This shows कि the tiredness is still there, or maybe whatever you have done, the things are still in your mind. The present perfect tense is never used with adverb clause of the past. Please remember this, it is never used with the adverb clause of the past. I have done the work yesterday is incorrect because yesterday is an adverb clause of the past. This is an incorrect use. I have done the work, yes, this is correct. And I did the work yesterday. So when I use the second form, it will always take the adverb clause of the past. But when you use present perfect tense, it is used when the adverb clause of the past is not defined. And moving on to the fourth tense of present, that is present perfect continuous tense. And a very simple syntax: subject plus has have plus been plus ing. And here you have to keep a check on the time criteria, that is since or for. Since is used for point of time, whereas that is since evening, since Sunday, since 2020 and so on. I have been waiting for my brother to return since morning. So when a point of time is specified, we use since, whereas for is used for a point of time, that is for several weeks, for 7 years, for many years, for 3 hours and so on. So this is the usage of since or for. I have been waiting for them for 7 years when we met. So 7 years, don't get confused with since. Since 7 years becomes incorrect because since 7 years is a point of time. Since last 7 years is a point of time, but since 7 years you don't know from 7 साल लेकिन कब से. So it will always take for and not से. If I put up last 7 years, then yes, then the form will change and it will become since, because last 7 years means suppose it is 2022, so since 2015. This is the way the things are said. It is also used for action that began at some time in the past and it is still continuing. They have been studying since 5 o'clock when the bell rang. ये 5 बजे से पढ़ते आ रहे थे जब वो bell बजी. He has been sleeping for 4 hours and is still sleeping. This is what the sentence means. And finally, they have been building the bridge for several months. कब से we don't know, so it is a point of time. If it just says January, then it becomes since. They have been building the bridge since January, but for several months. So friends, this is something about the rules of the present tense, that is present indefinite, present continuous, present perfect tense and present perfect continuous tense. For more details of tenses, that is regarding past tense and the rules for the future tense along with the usage, keep watching our channel, subscribe to it, and we'll meet you again in the next video tutorial. So enjoy learning and thank you all.